In Burkina Faso, over 200 Burkina Faso soldiers have been ambushed and liquidated by Al-Qaeda affiliates in the Sahel, killing 200 Burkina Faso soldiers. Now, look at the timing of this. The president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, visited Russia, and upon coming back, he's seen this happening. They are trying to weaken the resolve of the Burkinabe army. They are trying to weaken the resolve of the Burkina Faso people by doing this. Well, we know the people on the ground. The Western Europeans, particularly France and America, are there on the ground providing intelligence to some of these cells on when to move, the location of soldiers, and so on and so forth. This is why it is extremely difficult for these African soldiers to be able to mount any sustained attack on these terrorists. We're also seeing that as well in Nigeria. These Islamic State groups, as they call them, or whether it's Mujao or Al-Morabitun, most of these groups are getting intelligence from somewhere. They have eyes in the sky, they can see the movement of troops, and who the hell is providing them with this intelligence in Africa? It is definitely not the countries in Africa. It is those on the ground that have the access to this information, those on the ground that have access to aerial intelligence that are providing these terrorists with intelligence to ambush and attack and kill Burkinabe soldiers. Let's not forget that this also happened in Mali last year, or the beginning of this year, when it was alleged that Ukraine provided intelligence to the same groups that went in and slaughtered over 60 Malian troops. And this has been happening consistently on the continent of Africa, particularly in the Sahel. They want to drive out the Russians, but they are targeting and killing African soldiers in order to do so. Let's not forget that at the beginning of, I think towards the end of last month, there was an attempt of a military coup in Burkina Faso, and we have seen 19 of this kind of attempts in order to remove Ibrahim Traore. As we speak today, Ibrahim Traore is one of the most important leaders in Africa and one of the most important and symbolic leaders in the global south. Why? Because he's not afraid. He took a stance against the West and said, I've had enough. You guys get out of my country, and this is why they want him gone. And in order to do so, they are targeting the soldiers, killing them, liquidating them in order to dampen the morale of other troops on the field, by proliferating these arms in the region, particularly the Sahel of Africa. And we in Africa must dig in. We must keep our resolve. We must insist that we are done with imperialism. We are done with the presence of these multinationals acting on behalf of their states, whether it's states in Europe or even the United States. We have had enough. And we in Africa also deserve some dignity and freedom. These guys should not come and dictate to us what to do, who we can be friends with, and how we can act in Africa. Enough is enough. And this is why, like I said, the Europeans and America, and they have said it openly, they want Ibrahim Traore out. They want him gone. Because to them, he's serving the interest of Russia and China, and they want America. So it's a geopolitical game for them. And for us in Africa, it is about our young men and women losing their lives every day in order for the West to gain advantage on the ground in Africa or to serve their own interest.